welcome back to Love by Design. My name is Joan. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're returning, well, welcome back too. So we're still continuing on our Love Gates series. And today we're talking about Gate 55. This is the Eternally Indecisive Love. Yeah, you heard me right. Eternally Indecisive. Just hearing that term, this is a gate that drives everyone crazy, including the people who have it. I know that when I first learned about the love gates, I ran to my chart because I wanted to make sure I didn't have this gate, because I already knew that this was going to be a difficult one. So this gate sounds something like, do you love me? I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? We've been together for 25 years. Well, I don't know. So this is a conversation that sounds familiar. Whether you've been the one on the giving or on the receiving end, this episode is going to give you a completely different perspective on what it means to love through uncertainty. So gate 55 is the only love gate that lives in the emotional center, where nothing is stable. And it's under mutative pressure, meaning it's literally evolving as we speak. So buckle up, because we're diving into love's greatest mystery, the sacred art of not knowing. So a little bit about this gate. So this gate, like I said, is in the emotional center, where nothing is ever stable. Absolutely nothing. Everything moves in waves, where clarity comes and goes, just like the tide of the waves. So every other love gate has some capacity for knowing, for certainty, for definition. But this love gate, no, that's not how they're designed to love. At its core, gate 55 embodies the ultimate paradox. There are things about love we can never know, and that unknowing is not a bug, it's a feature. This is also called the gate of abundance, but it's the abundance of spirit that's not there yet. It's part of the cross of the sleeping phoenix potential that hasn't awakened yet. It's coming. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the gift and the shadow. So when this gate is operating from its authentic expression, it carries one of love's most profound mysteries. So it might sound something like, I feel something when I listen to music and think about you. There's this spirit, this magic of unknowing, and that mystery is more beautiful than any certainty could be. So it's more about the feeling they feel versus knowing for a fact. So in the authentic expression, this includes an extraordinary emotional spirit that's deeply creative and deeply moving, a quality that resonates a lot with music, with art, with beauty. This gate has the capacity to hold love's mysteries without needing to fully understand it or solve it. There's this intuitive knowing that something different is coming. And it also has the ability to love through uncertainty rather than despite it. So this gate 55 carries the tradition of unrequited love, not because they can have what they want, but because the longing itself is what is so beautiful. Someone who is operating from their highest frequency has this gate. They understand that they're not designed to know, they're designed to feel. And in that feeling, there's something beautifully magical that certainty would completely destroy. And it's beautiful. Now onto the shadow. Oh my God, the shadow is so painful. In the shadow self, gate 55 becomes tortured by its own uncertainty. It's all this drama around, why can't I make a decision? She loves me not. He loves me not. Why can't I really know for sure? Why can't I finally just be clear? Why? This creates an immense amount of suffering because everyone expects them to know their feelings, right? Everyone keeps asking, do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me? And people in the shadow think that there's something wrong with them because everyone else seems to be certain, but they're not certain. They feel a lot of pressure to make decisions they're not designed to make. The lovers usually get frustrated and feel unloved because if someone said to you, I don't know if I love you, how will that make you feel? Or maybe you've been the one who said that to somebody. In the shadow, they can become physically and emotionally ill from all of this pressure of lack of uncertainty. Clients that I've had who have this gate 55 often struggle with physical conditions. So it's either emotional disorders, eating disorders, deep depression, because they're trying to force this certainty in a system that's designed for mystery. So the shadow always believes that if I don't know, it means I'm broken. If I can't decide, it means I'm failing. It means I don't love you. It means this is not for me. This is not the right person. So here's the transformational journey for the Gate 55. Gate 55 carries the potential for a completely different and new way of experiencing love. One that transcends the need from this emotional certainty and moves us into this state of pure awareness. So everybody carrying this gate has this evolutionary potential. They're not broken, they're just ahead of their time. They're holding space for a form of consciousness that most of humanity hasn't accessed yet. So in that not knowing stage, there's an expectation that something is actually coming. They know, they can feel it. They may not experience it in this lifetime, but they know that a different way, future generations, maybe later in the near future, something deeper, more evolved is coming. And that is such a beautiful, beautiful expectation to have. So if you're in the shadow and you want to transition more into the gift side of things, you have to understand that the suffering is self-inflicted, right? It is this collective conditioning, this pressure that has been put upon you because we're all wired to make decisions. They want you to always be able to say yes or no. So logical people will string out patterns and make choices. Abstract people will look to the past and make choices. But when you try to impose that on somebody with gate 55, they don't know. They really don't know. So they can only respond with, I don't know. And then the anger comes, and then the suffering comes, and then people put a lot of this pressure on you, and then you feel like there's something wrong with you. Meanwhile, there's nothing wrong with you. So here's what I want you to do. If you have this gate, I want you to accept that not knowing is your authentic state. Stop trying to force emotional certainty. You're not designed for it. Honor your creative, musical, artistic spirit because that is where you feel the emotions. Recognize that you are ahead of your time, ahead of our time, right? And I want you to find partners who can love you through the mystery, who are not trying to put you in that box of, you got to be certain. And if you have a partner who has the gate 55, which can be quite frustrating and quite annoying when you say, do you love me? And they respond with, I don't know. I want you to stop expecting them to know. Stop expecting them to give you that certainty because they don't have it. I want you to accept this spirit without demanding this clarity, this certainty, the need to know. Just accept this spirit. I want you to appreciate the mystery, the creativity that they bring. Don't take their uncertainty as lack of love because that's not what it is. And understand that they're designed to feel, not to decide. So remember that there are things about love that we can never know. That's the great mystery of love. And it is beauty. It is perfect. It's not a flaw. So in closing today's episode, we all need to understand that Gate 55 actually teaches us that love doesn't always need answers. Sometimes love is more beautiful when it remains a mystery. Yes, in our culture, we have all this demand for certainty. Yes, we want to define, we want to categorize, we want to know for certain. But Gate 55 says, hold that space for the unknowing, the things that we may never truly understand, and allow the mystery to unfold. So now we've concluded Gate 55 and how challenging it can be, whether you have the gate or whether you're with a partner who has the gate. And I hope that with today's episode, you might approach people or even yourself with more compassion and more understanding, because the goal of learning these gates is so that you can be more aware of who you are, how you are designed, and embrace it so that you can live by your design. You can live authentically. You can express love the way you were designed to express love, so that you can end the suffering. And if you're single, you can attract the person that is right for you, that will see all of these gifts that you have as a gift, because that's what they are. They are gifts that we carry. They are gifts that are created and designed in a way to show a certain type of expression, and we just got to embrace it and just know that it is part of design. It is not a punishment. It is not a curse. So let me know if you have this gate, or if you feel that maybe you've been with somebody who has this gate, the I don't know, the Eternally Indecisive Love I don't know gate. And let me know what are some of the challenges or struggles that you've experienced in the past. And with this knowledge, what would you do differently, understanding how this gate operates? Okay, thank you for being here with me on today's episode. We will still continue on the love gates next week. And remember to always live, love, and date by design, not by default. Till next time, this has been Joan on Love by Design. See you next week.